One of the things I've been talking about lately is common lambsquarters control, because some of the potato herbicides that we use for nightshade control, and specifically in the Pacific Northwest hairy nightshade control, they don't have very good activity on common lambsquarters. So I'm worried that common lambsquarters might become more and more of a problem, if we're not paying attention to it. And another thing that fits into that is the Roundup Ready sugar beets. Growers, of course, using Roundup on those sugar beets, and they've got a nice program worked out, and they're doing really well. Roundup doesn't always control common lambsquarters very well, which is kind of surprising to people because you think Roundup kills everything, but common lambsquarter kind of has a natural tolerance of Roundup. And so I'm worried that with Roundup Ready sugar beets in the rotation, and if growers aren't tank mixing other products with their Roundup when they're spraying the Roundup Ready sugar beets to help with common lambsquarter control, and then add that to potato herbicides that don't have as good activity on the common lambsquarter control as they do on other weeds, that our lambsquarter population might be increasing, and it might get to be more of a problem than it is right now. So I'm trying to really recommend growers to make sure if they have common lambsquarters in their field. Well, first of all, make sure you know what weeds you have in your field so you can use the correct herbicide to control that weed population. But make sure when they're targeting their hairy nightshade that they also put herbicide in that tank mix that will control common lambsquarters. So, for instance, the latest herbicide to get registered on potatoes is Reflex. Famecifin is the common name, and it's made by Syngenta. And Reflex controls nightshade well, 90% or better season-long control. The effect on common lambsquarter isn't as good, 80% or less season-long control. Three other herbicides that we've been using for nightshade and other weeds: Outlook by BASF, Chateau from Valent, and Matrix, one of the standards from DuPont. Those three also don't have good activity on common lambsquarters. So if we're using these herbicides to go after hairy nightshade and after nightshades, which has been the worst weed problem out here for many years, and not thinking about the common lambsquarters that might be on the field, then we might run into problems. So I've been recommending, with any of those four herbicides, Reflex, Chateau, Outlook, or Matrix, to tank mix, if they can, metribuzin, but if they can't because of variety sensitivity to metribuzin, to also think about trying Prowl. Prowl H2O is the formulation that's out now from BASF, and Prowl does a really nice job of controlling lambsquarters. So if they have a tank mix that includes the Prowl, and it includes their herbicide of choice for nightshade control, then they can have broad spectrum control, and then hopefully the common lambsquarter won't get out of control, basically, if you will, because of the hairy nightshade herbicide's not working as well on that weed. So that's one thing I've been talking about this winter.